takes these basic things that we could ultimately take for granted every single day, and it expands them into this broader narrative, this framework of meaning. All right. So what is the essence of godliness? Right? When we think of a God, what are some of the things that God can do, or gods can do, that a non-God cannot do? Right? What is the distinguishing criteria of godliness? Well, one of them ultimately is creation, right? The ability to create. Okay? So if we can say that ultimately we were created, if not by some mystical God, we were physically created by our parents, right? You don't need science to see the connection between certain behaviors and the creation of people, right? There's a certain degree of again, mechanistic understandability. Okay? So we're going to, where was I going with this? So there's a connection between certain human behaviors, and the ultimate formation and birth of a human being. Right? I'll check the time here. Okay. So there's a connection. There's a connection between you and your parents, right? You can in some sense say that you were created by your parents. You were created by two other humans. So in some sense, there's an essence of godliness within us, insofar as godliness is the ability to create, the perhaps impetus to create, but ultimately the capability to create. Okay? So what about the physical underpinnings of that behavior facilitate the creation of said person? Right? Is it my arm? Is it the human arm or the human foot? Right? All of these things are supplementary. Right? But what about the other aspects that are uniquely sex specific? Right? The ones that are connected to certain things that a biological man will have and certain things that a biological female will have. Right? All of these things are differentiating factors. But what is the linchpin? Right? What is the actual creative component of these sex differences, ultimately, of these different systems that exist within the human? Which one is the seat of creatability? Right? Which one is the seat of creation? What part of the body? Okay, so in that case, I gotta wrap this up, I'm running out of memory. Is the arm godly? Right? Is the leg godly? Is the liver godly?